While hosting a family dinner, my husband's father took my plate and said, "You eat after the men." Stunned, I reached for it, but my husband just shook his head. "It's tradition," he murmured. The next day, I sent out invitations for a dinner they never expected. When they arrived, they learned exactly how I felt. My husband, Richard, and I had been married for 3 years. I wouldn't say it was a bad marriage, but I'd started noticing little things that didn't sit right with me. He wasn't abusive, he wasn't mean, but there were times when he seemed different around his family. His father, Paul, was one of those old-school, men-run-the-house types. His mother, Carol, was quiet and never challenged him. His brother, Mark, was basically a clone of their father, loud, opinionated, and convinced women should know their place. His brother's wife, Anna, was sweet, but she always looked tense, like she was waiting for someone to tell her to shut up. I didn't grow up like that. My parents raised me to believe that respect goes both ways. That a marriage is a partnership. That a woman doesn't just exist to serve a man. So, while I knew Richard's family had some old-fashioned ideas, I figured as long as he wasn't like them, it didn't matter. I was wrong. It was a regular Saturday. No holiday, no special occasion, just a simple dinner at our house. I had spent the entire day cooking. Not because anyone expected me to, but because I liked to cook. I liked making a home feel warm and welcoming, and honestly, I wanted to impress them. I made roasted chicken, mashed potatoes, collard greens, cornbread, the whole works. I plated everything beautifully, set the table, lit a few candles. I was proud of how it all came together. When everyone arrived, there were the usual greetings. Paul made some comment about how Richard had really lucked out with me, which was his way of saying, "Good job finding a wife who cooks and cleans." I smiled through it. I was used to it by now. We sat down, and I brought the plates to the table one by one. I set my plate down last, right in front of my seat, and was just about to sit when I felt a hand reach across me. Paul. He took my plate, took it right out from in front of me, and passed it down the table. To Mark. "You eat after the men," he said, like it was the most obvious thing in the world. I froze. I actually laughed because I thought it had to be a joke. Who the hell says something like that in 2025? But then I looked around. Mark was already digging in like nothing had happened. Carol was staring at her plate, silent as ever. Anna looked uncomfortable but kept her head down. And Richard, my own husband, just gave me this look. A look that wasn't shame or disbelief or anger at his father. No, it was a look that said, "Don't make a scene." Then, in a quiet voice, he said, "It's tradition." Something inside me snapped. I wasn't raised to be someone's afterthought. I wasn't about to sit there, in my own home, and wait for permission to eat like a damn servant. But I knew if I blew up right then and there, I'd just be dismissed as overreacting. So, I did something worse. I said nothing. I sat there, still as stone.